Pro tip today. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with Supersize Your Business. Choose supersize beliefs to supersize and grow your business. What the heck do I mean by that? I mean, we actually have the power as business owners, founders, developers, employees, leaders to choose our beliefs, to choose the things that we're going to believe about ourselves, about our businesses, about other people, about the world. And if we choose things that empower us and help us to grow and supersize, that's what will happen in our careers, in our lives, in our businesses. And why would we not want to choose that? However, we learned yesterday that our thoughts are 80% negative, 80% of the things that we think. And our beliefs are, of course, thoughts we think a lot, thoughts that have strong emotional attachments to them, or triggers, or thoughts that we don't even realize are holding us back in different areas and aspects of our life, especially when it comes to building and growing and supersizing our business. So how do we go about looking at this, thinking about this, and using it in our favor to help us to build and grow and supersize our business? Well, I like to start by listing off and paying attention to the beliefs. We did it with thoughts yesterday. Today, we're going to do it with our beliefs, which are really a lot easier because they're thoughts we think often, or thoughts that are strongly linked to some kind of an emotion or a past event that we've had. Say you got fired from a job. You might not ever want to work in that industry again because you have an attachment, a strong negative attachment and thoughts about that industry because you got fired in that industry. Now, you getting fired from a job in any industry probably had little or nothing to do with that industry. It had to do with maybe what was going on in your business at the time, or the business at the time, not had anything to do with you or your performance at all. But how often do we link up negative feelings and thoughts and beliefs about ourselves when something negative happens to us or around us that has nothing to do with that, right? And so we want to separate the things that are empowering us from the things that are limiting us as we're building and growing and supersizing our business. So how do we do that? We brainstorm, we notice, we write them down today as we notice them. Oh, I've thought that 10 times today. Maybe that is something that I believe about my business. If you think people never pay on time, guess what? Do they not ever pay on time? Or do you just have a couple of clients that drag their feet when it comes to paying in a timely manner? Do all of your customers give you a hard time? Or is it just a couple customers that you spend 90% of your time dealing with because they're not the right customers for you or for your business? Is that a belief that about customers, or is that a belief about a couple of customers that maybe we should outsource to other vendors for the products and services that we provide for them? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to brainstorm a list. I'm going to make us be a little more active this year in terms of participating in growing and building and supersizing our business. It's just me spewing out information that you may or may not do anything with. Today, just like yesterday, I'm going to say, hey, do this. As you go about your day, just jot down lists of beliefs that pop up for you. And then at the end of the day, we're going to put a little plus or minus by them. Plus meaning, yes, this is moving my business in the direction I want to go, or maybe not so much. Sometimes things that we think are positive and we're moving our business in the right direction are actually not moving us in the right direction. Think of the customer example. If I believe that the customer is always right, that works if I'm always working with my ideal customer. But the customer is not always right. I grew up in the quality world, and this whole belief that the customer is always right is such poppycock that so many businesses were trained to adopt that. And no matter what, you do whatever the customer wants to make them happy because you don't want to get that negative word of mouth. Well, guess what? That can backfire. And actually, I've seen that destroy entire businesses because a business owner and their management team believed that the customer was already right. And so they actually paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably millions and millions over the years, of requested refunds because they were promising, well, probably because they were promising things they weren't technically capable of doing. But still, that's not the way to do it. You don't just still pay out hundreds and hundreds and millions of dollars to your customers because you're not giving them what they want, when what they want isn't even technically possible to do at the time. So brainstorm your list of beliefs, plus or minus. And remember, we don't think that our limiting beliefs, or we don't think any of our beliefs are limiting us. We just think there are beliefs. And so it's important that on an ongoing basis, we question, the things that we believe and the assumptions that we make about ourselves and our businesses, because a lot of times they're absolutely positively not true. And if we're working off untrue assumptions or beliefs, we are going to get kind of messed up results, which isn't what we want when we're supersizing and growing our business. If you need any help with this, hit me up. I've literally done this thousands of thousands, if not tens of thousands of times for myself and with other people. So it's one of my favorite things to do, because it is so enlightening when we realize that we have the power to choose what we're going to believe or not believe about ourselves, our businesses, our life, what we're capable of, etc. Have an awesome day. And of course, see you tomorrow. Have fun with this.